Hello friends, I am Nirmala Chandra. My topic is today discrete time Fourier transform. So before discuss what is this discrete time Fourier transform, we have to know the name of the scientist, who is Jean-Baptiste Joseph Fourier. So at the age of 1768 and 1830, the scientist actually discovered the transform theory and series of a mathematical number, basically a mathematical function. Now when he tried to describe heat conduction and temperature distribution through human bodies, in that time he actually discovered these two theory, Fourier transform and Fourier series. Now, Fourier series basically applied in periodic signal. What is this? It is actually basically a decomposition of the sinusoidal and complex exponential series. Okay, it actually decomposition of sinusoidal and complex exponential components. Okay, this is Fourier series. Now what is Fourier transform? Fourier transform basically used in aperiodic or periodic, both type of signal we will use Fourier transform. Okay, so by Fourier transform we actually convert any time domain signal, say xt or any other function, to frequency domain signal, which is f here transfer frequency, and according to the name of the scientist we denote the coefficient in capital letter to give a gratitude to that scientist. We will basically write here in this way, capital XF. So XF means this signal xt is in frequency domain, which is denoted by x of f. Now we will write a time domain signal xt in exponential form in this way: xt equals to summation of alpha k into e to the power plus j 2 pi k f0 t, where this summation limit is k tends to minus infinity to plus infinity. This is equation number 1, and this equation number 1 is basically a periodic signal with a fundamental period t, and this t equal to 1 by this f naught. This f naught is this. Now as we will use here this summation. Why? Because this is to representation a harmonic related complex exponential form. Harmonic related complex exponential form. Harmonic related complex exponential form, we will represent this equation where this is the exponential form, this is actually the exponential form, and this summation is used for, it is a harmonic terms. Harmonic means harmonic is present here, which is denoted by this k. Okay, and alpha k is the coefficient of that equation 1. Clear? Now in equation 1, the exponential signal this, in the equation number 1, the exponential signal e to the power plus j 2 pi k f0 t is the basic building block which is used to construct the periodic signal of various types by proper choice of fundamental frequency. What is this? So this is basically used a basic building block which is used the periodic signal. Okay, so xt is a periodic signal here. This is a basic building block, this exponential term. Why we will write here, this exponential term is basically a basic building block which is used, this is basically used, why it is used? To construct the periodic signal, which is this xt, construct the periodic signal of various types, construct the periodic signal means used to construct the periodic signal, which is xt with a various types of choice of the fundamental frequency. That means we will construct any variation of xt with any choice of fundamental frequency. We will use there, say, any value of fundamental frequency, we will put any value of fundamental frequency here, f0. That is why we will use this type of exponential signal, and whenever the value is changed, the properties of the periodic signal also change. Now to construct here the periodic signal xt of various types of choice, obviously proper choice, various types of proper choice of the fundamental frequency, and now to determine the coefficient, to determine the value of this coefficient, we multiplied in equation 1, we multiply the equation 1 with another exponential signal, which is e to the power minus j 2 pi f0 L into t, both sides LHS, and with equation 1 with this term in both sides over, and then integrate integrate the equation and then integrate the equation 1 over the time period, over the period t naught to t naught plus t. Okay, so here you will see over the time period t naught to t naught plus t. So t naught is the initial time and t naught plus t is the terminated time or final time. Now if we integrate this, then we have in equation 1, then we have integrate t0 to t0 plus t x of t into e to the power minus j 2 pi f0 lt. Okay, where what is L here? This L here is an integer of another variable. Okay, here L is an integer value, okay. Now this is integration t0 to t0 plus t xt to the power minus j 2 pi f0 into lt dt. This is same thing we will apply here in RHS. This is also equal to t0 plus capital T. It is the final limit of this integration. Then this is equal to summation alpha k into e to the power. This is, look at the equation 1. It is e to the power j 2 pi k f0 t, and if we multiply this exponential term with this term e to the power minus j 2 pi f0 l into t, then it is becomes like that, e to the power j plus j, basically e to the power plus j 2 pi f0, this k minus l into t. Okay, k minus l into t dt. Now here we will see this summation term k, this it is dt. Okay, here look at this equation of RHS side. Here this summation k into minus infinity to, it is minus infinity to plus infinity. This term summation k equal, where k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity alpha k, this coefficient term is a constant and we will take in here outside of that integration. Then this integration becomes like that. At first we will name the equation number 2. Then from equation number 2, then from equation 2 RHS side, equation 2 RHS side, we will have integration. We again write the equation of RHS. Okay, then it is more easy. The equation of RHS is integration t0 to t0 plus t summation alpha k, where k equals to minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, then exponential signal plus j 2 pi f0 k l minus t dt. So this is the integration, and then we will take this constant term outside and we will have summation k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity alpha k, then integration t0 plus t e to the power plus j 2 pi f0 k minus L into t dt. This, and if we integrate this term, we will have get summation k equal to minus infinity to plus infinity alpha k. This is e to the power plus j 2 pi f0 k minus L into t divided by j 2 pi f0 k minus L. Within upper limit and lower limit is this t0 to t0 plus capital T. This is equation number 3. Okay, now so this is the equation 3. Now in equation 3, if k not equals to L, then the third bracket become tends to totally 0. Okay, by putting the limit of this lower limit and upper limit, the third bracket term tends to 0 by putting the lower and upper limit value. And if k equals to L, then what happens? Then from equation 2 we have this is integration t0 plus t e to the power plus j, equation 3 above, that means this integration, when k equal to L, then what happens about this integration, okay, this dotted part, then this is equal to this j 2 pi f0, this value is totally 0 here, dt, so this is equal to 1, e to the power 0 1, so simply it is d0 t0 plus t dt equal to what? Equal to t, lower limit t0 to t0 plus t, the value is t. Okay, now if we put the value in this equation, then integration, okay, here you will see this value is t, then what is the total integration? Total integration is t0 okay, the LHS side of equation 2, the LHS side, what is the LHS side? Here you will see the LHS side of equation, just look about the equation number 2, this is the LHS side, then what is the corresponding value? Integration t0 plus t x of t0 plus t, sorry, x of t into e to the power j 2 pi f0 LT equals to what? This, what is the value of this integration? It is t, and it is summation alpha k into t. So basically it is what? It is alpha k into t, because here k is equal to L, so it is a fixed value. When k is equal to L, we will get it. Clear? Then what is the value of alpha k? Alpha k equal to 1 by t integration t0 plus t xt e to the power minus j 2 pi, okay, it is Okay, it is minus j 2 pi f0 L into t. So this is the value of the coefficient we will get in this equation. This is continuous for this continuous time signal. In this way we will get the value of the coefficient. Clear? Next class we will discuss the second part, which is discrete time Fourier transform.